digital radio
and online.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know. Today's show is either going to be brilliant or an absolute disaster. I don't know which yet. I've got a feeling I know which way it's going to go, but let's see. No regular callers, new callers, or people who've only called once. 03453 009956. Let's get the news. It's Chris Blakemore.
Thank you very much, Iain. Good afternoon. Detectives in Wolverhampton have named a man they want to speak to in connection with a murder. They're investigating the death of Herman Louis Simpson, who was found stabbed to death in a flat on Compton Road on Monday night. Police have given us a picture of the man they want to find. He's 19-year-old Dylan Jackson, of no fixed address, and you can see the picture in the local live section of our website, bbc.co.uk/Birmingham. Herman's brother Jason spoke to BBC WM earlier.
A very caring man, a very supportive man. He was funny, he was intelligent. You know, you don't expect this sort of thing to be sort of anything anywhere near your family, so I think from that side of things it's been a bit of a shock. It's going to take some time for everyone to come to terms with what's happened.
A 13-year-old boy will be sentenced this afternoon for the murder of a woman who suffered a bleed on the brain after being mugged in Smethwick. Glynis Bensley was on her way home from the pub in September last year when she was attacked by the youngster who hit her to the ground, then stamped on her face. The boy, who can't be named because of his age, was found guilty of killing Glynis Bensley after a trial at Wolverhampton Crown Court last month. The victim was hit to the ground by the 13-year-old before she fell to the ground. West Midlands Ambulance Service have told BBC WM paramedics are regularly caring for patients in hospitals instead of responding to 999 calls because A&E staff can't cope.
Well, at some hospitals it happens on a daily basis. And what we say is, you know, it's emergency work, it can be unpredictable, and the very nature of that means that you can have surges in demand that nobody can predict, and therefore, you know, it will always happen on occasion, and our job is to make sure it happens as little as possible.
Problems at the Royal Worcestershire A&E department became so serious last week that the West Midlands Ambulance Service was forced to bring in a doctor, normally only on call for major incidents. As a result, there were no crews left to answer 999 calls. Unemployment in the West Midlands has fallen again. It's down by 1,000, with 172,000 people currently out of work. The figures were released as Prime Minister David Cameron was touring the Solihull base of Fujitsu Telecommunications. The company has announced today it's to create 750 new apprenticeships over the next 5 years. Thousands of people are attending a memorial service in Germany today for the victims of last month's Germanwings plane crash in the Alps. The co-pilot is accused of deliberately crashing the jet, killing 150 people. And a revival in vinyl has seen record sales in the UK rise by more than 60% over a year. The International Federation of the Phonographic Industry says the sale of records, which at one point was close to extinction, was worth about £21 million last year. The head of the federation says many music fans seem to be falling in love with vinyl again. And the weather then dry this afternoon, and it will continue to brighten up. Breezy with highs of 14 Celsius, 57 Fahrenheit. Staying dry overnight, lows of 4 Celsius, 39 Fahrenheit. And a look ahead to the weekend, it'll be dry and sunny on both Saturday and on Sunday too. That's your news for the West Midlands. It's 3 minutes past 2.
I got to say, you where have you been this week? Have you been on like a radio broadcasting course or something?
No,
because that was so much better than last week.
I keep trying for you. You keep telling me after every show you need to be better next week.
Exactly.
So I'm doing my best.
6 out of 10. Well done.
I'm doing it tomorrow as well, so let's go for 6.5 tomorrow.
Don't get cocky, mate. All right?
Friday afternoons with Iain Lee
on BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
He's going to lamp me one day. Afternoon, Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. Now, we don't normally have many rules. Thank you, Caroline, by the way, for the show. We don't normally have many rules for this show. Basically, you know, anyone can phone up and anyone can talk about anything, and, you know, it's all, you know, as long as we're kind of within the confines of laws and decency, it's fine. Not this week, guys. Not this week. No, we get regular callers, lots of regular callers, Ranjit, Molly, a few Daves, a couple of Terrys, I don't know. And Two things. First of all, I think it feels slightly exclusive. And so that some people think, I can't call up because I'm not a regular. I'm not as dumb as Ranjit. I'm not as boring as Terry. So I can't call up. I've got something interesting and funny to say. Well, and I know it can feel a little bit difficult to call up. It's like walking into a pub on your own. Is there anything... Here we go. The show's starting in my head. Is there anything worse than walking into a crowded pub on your own? It's the worst feeling in the world, isn't it? Walking into a crowded pub on your own is terrible. And I do it very rarely, but when I do, I have my phone to my ear pretending I'm looking for someone. I do that when I walk into shops as well sometimes. Where are you? You here? No? Okay. All right, I'll go back outside. So this show can feel like a crowded, obnoxious, violent pub. What I'm saying is it's not. It's a nice coffee shop, not a chain, independent. Price is a little bit more expensive, but you get a nice cup of coffee and a more personal service, and we don't write your name on the cup. Anyone can call up today who's not called before or has only called a handful of times. 03453 00 9956. I've got some ideas of what I want to talk about. You can call up with anything. Regulars, not today. You're welcome tomorrow. 10 till 12. Oh, you're welcome tomorrow. International World Record Shop Day. We'll be playing only vinyl on the show tomorrow. But today, new callers or people who've only called in a few. Shy callers. Hello, I'm shy. 03453 00 9956. One of the things you can call in about, and I can't remember what my train of thought was on this. I'm fascinated by bigamists. I don't condone bigamy, but I'm fascinated by the thought process that, and it's usually men. Very rarely is it women who are bigamists. It's normally men, and I'm fascinated by the thought process that makes them think, yeah, I've got one wife, one house, one family. What's missing from my life is, another wife and another house and another family. So they go off and do it, sometimes several times. And they think... Fair play, my dad kind of did this, actually. This is perhaps why I'm so fascinated when it was off living lives with different women. Anyway, they think they can get away with it. They always get caught out. Front page of The Sun. Rat lied to wife number one. His lie was, I'm hiding in the witness protection programme. As lies go, topic number 2, best lie you've ever told. 03453 00 9956. The safe house bigamist. A bigamist, and honestly, his 2 wives are very beautiful women. He's really, he's below plane. Couples that bat above their average. 03453 00 9956. Topic number 3. When one member of a couple bats above their average. Let's be honest, Linda McCartney. I mean, with the greatest of respect, she was batting above her average, wasn't she? He was a Beatle, and he was the pretty Beatle. Ringo Starr with his wife Barbara. He's batting above his average. Anyway, so we've got 3 topics so far, I think. Anyway, I can't remember what they are. Should really write these down. Anyway, he's a bigamist. A bigamist spent nights with his secret second wife after telling his first he had to move into a safe house. He had to move into a safe house as lies go. That's awful. Andrew Oakley, 35, told terrified wife number 1, Michelle, that he was under witness protection due to a fraud case. In reality, he was with wife number 2, Philippa, who he wed after forging divorce papers. So, from that, we've got best worst lie you've ever told. 03453 00 9956. Couples where one member is batting way above their average. 03453 00 9956. And the thing that I wanted to get to, and I don't know, my train of thought from bigamy, I guess I worked backwards, from bigamy to your first love. And when I say first love, I don't mean, the kid that you held hands with one summer when you were 7. I mean that proper yearning, you miss them at the end of school, that knot in the stomach, you just think that you've never felt anything like this kind of love. I want to know the name of your first love. That's all I want to know. If you just want to phone up and say Steve and then put the phone down, or phone up and say Alice and put the phone down, more than welcome to do that. If you want to tell us a bit more, it's fine. 03453 009956. I'm doing what you should never do on a phone-in show. I'm telling some people not to call in. You going to help me out on this one? New callers or people who've only called a few times? 03453 009956.
Asked the girl what she wanted to be. She said, baby, can't you see? I want to be famous, a star of the screen. But you can do something in between. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car. And baby, I love you. I told that girl that my prospects were good. And she said, baby, it's understood. Working for peanuts is all very fine. But I can show you a better time. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car. And baby, I love you. Beep, 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 yeah. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car. And baby, I love you. I told that girl I could start right away. When she said, listen, babe, I got something to say. I got no car and it's breaking my heart. But I found a driver and that's a start. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car. And baby, I love you. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 yeah.
It's quiet on the phone so far. It doesn't count. By the way, if no one phones up, it doesn't count as a victory for the naysayers. Because they said, oh, you can't do a show on your own. You can't do a show. Oh, yes, I can, sir. Boy, oh, boy. My first ever phone-in radio show I ever did. 3 hour long. Me and a producer we'd never met before. Christmas Eve going into Christmas morning. 10 o'clock at night until 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Boy, oh, boy. Baptism by fire, guys. That was a tough gig. No music either. No music. It's a speech station. So playing records and stuff, piece of cake. And I've got skills now. Iain, let's get Ramjit on with you to co-present. Facebook coming soon. No. I'm with you. Bob Marley is rubbish and tuneless. He's awful, isn't it? I mean, it's just a dirge. Iain, oh, here we go. Thank you, Jay. I've got a frog in my throat. How about, for a subject, offensive food that's eaten in public? I sat next to a man eating an egg sandwich. It smelt like he'd soiled himself. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, eating in public's a weird one, isn't it? There's a great story in the Mirror today. A Tory politician, other politicians are available, has come under fire for tucking into a cold roast duck dinner during a council meeting. Other dinners are available. Check the websites for details. Johnny Bucknell, 50... Hi, I'm Johnny Bucknell. Johnny Bucknell, 58, was ordered by Camden Council Mayor to stop eating as it's banned in the chamber. Bucknell, who represents Belsize, North London, said, I never knew there was a ban. There's nothing wrong with nibbling from a lunchbox if you're discreet. There's nothing wrong with nibbling from a lunchbox if you're discreet. And that's my philosophy in life in general, really. Afternoon, Michael.
Hello, Ian.
How you doing, fella? You all right?
I'm all right, mate. Not too bad.
What's your first-time caller to the show?
Mm-hmm.
Which other shows have you called here at BBC WM 95.6?
I never have.
You've never called before?
No. I listen to WM all the time. Well, WM and Radio 5, but I listen to Paul Franks and everybody, but I just, never.
How long you been listening for, Michael?
Oh, God. Well, I'm 48, and it's got to be 30 years, more probably.
30 years?
Yeah.
Hey, this is fantastic. You see, if we get no more calls, Marky Mark, the producer, if we get no more calls, we have encouraged someone who's listened for 30 years to call in. Hey, listen, well, Michael, I feel I should play a fanfare and give you a cake. I've got nothing to give you, just my appreciation.
No worries at all.
Michael, the name of your first ever love, please.
Natalie.
Oh. Just savour the word Natalie on your tongue as you say it.
Yeah, well, yeah, she was. And the worst thing about it, my sister was called Natalie, so all my life I've had to hear the name Natalie all the time.
That's the thing. I could never imagine going out. Oh gosh, men! Imagine going out with a girl and indeed making love to a girl who's got the same name as your mother. Imagine that. That would be awful.
That's never happened.
How old were you, Michael? When did you go out with Natalie?
Yeah. I'd be about 15, 16.
And how long did it last?
Oh, 6 months.
Oh man, alive! And don't you feel grown up as you enter the second or third month at that age?
Yeah, it was. The only reason it ended is because I had glandular fever, and I couldn't. I know it sounds really strange, but I had glandular fever, and we went on holiday to Wales in her parents' caravan, and her dad put me on a bus back because I got glandular fever, and I never saw her again.
Well, hang on a minute. You went on a holiday with her. You got glandular fever. Her dad whacked you on a bus. Did she live near you?
No, I lived in Wolverhampton at the time.
Right.
And she lived in Bloxwich.
Right.
So, no.
Oh, mate, you must have been devastated. Were you, like, phoning up and writing to her and stuff?
I've phoned a few times. That was it. You sort of got the message.
Oh, mate, I'm so... Oh, gosh, this is like 30-odd years ago, and I'm feeling the pain, Michael.
I'm over it now.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Listen, seriously, are you over it? Because I went out with... Like, Kerry was my first love. I was in love with her from the age of 12. We went out very, very briefly when I was 15, very briefly, and then we became proper boyfriend and girlfriend when I was 17. So I had 5 years of pining for this girl, right? We went out with each other for 18 months... 20 months we went out with each other for. She was away for 3 of those months in Australia. And she dumped me, right? And she totally broke my heart. And I'm 41, I'm married, I've got kids. I'm still not quite over it, Michael. I'm still not quite... I mean, I'm over it and I'm fine and I'm not, I'm not quite over it.
I think you probably always wonder what could have been.
Yeah.
Possibly. I mean, did you say her name was Kerry?
Yeah.
Well, that was my second wife's name.
Oh, your second one. Have you looked up Natalie on Facebook?
No, I haven't. I probably never would. I don't know. It's...
Are you sure you haven't? Well, it's for the best. We've all looked up ex-girlfriends on Facebook, haven't we?
Do you know what? I never have.
Michael, you're a strong man, stronger man than me. Hey, listen, Michael, how was your first call?
It was fine. Great.
Yeah, you going to do it again?
Yes. Oh, by the way, I did, about a month ago, you were saying how you hate reggae.
Yeah, it's awful.
I love reggae.
Michael.
I'm not completely not.
Michael, Michael, the call was going so well, and you had to ruin it right at the end.
Yeah.
Michael, nice to talk to you, mate. Thank you.
And you, mate.
There we go. And like I say, we've got another call. I'm happy. This works. No one can call this a failure. No regular callers today. First-time callers or callers who've only called a couple of times. First cab off the rank. He's been listening for 30 years. First time he's called in. Brilliant. Afternoon, Bill.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right, Bill. What you got for us?
My first love
Yeah, go on.
was Dawn Viness.
Was who?
Dawn Viness.
Dawn Viness. What a romantic and powerful name, Viness.
Yeah. She was 14, I was 15.
Oh, man. Oh, so you were the older man.
And I took her home, and the mum says, she likes to smell of pipe tobacco. So my first week's wages, I bought a pipe. Now, imagine a 15-year-old boy walking down the street smoking a pipe.
Hang on a minute. So her mum said she liked the smell of pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
What a weird 14-year-old girl she was. Sorry?
Sorry?
But what? Who's that talking in the background?
Me, sat now.
Oh, OK, right. What a strange thing for a 14-year-old girl to be into, the smell of pipe tobacco.
No, her mum says, she smell like pipe tobacco.
Right.
So, my first week's wage, I went and bought a pipe.
Beautiful. And did she like it?
I don't know, I never asked her.
Hang on. How long did you go out with Dawn for?
We were together for 6 years, on and off.
Hey.
You know, on for 6 months and off for 6 months and on. And when I was 20, I joined the army.
Yeah.
I was engaged to another girl.
Oh, blimey. You get around a bit, don't you, Bill?
And she heard about this, so she come round to the house. And on the Saturday night, I was stuck at my girlfriend's house.
Yeah.
I come home Sunday morning, and my mum said, have you guessed who stopped last night?
Oh,
I said, who? She says, Dawn. So the following weekend's leave, I went down to her house.
Yeah.
Had a drink.
Yeah.
On a Sunday night before I come back on the Monday.
Yes, Bill.
I said, why don't I get married? And we got married the following Saturday.
And are you still with her?
No, she died.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hang on, but this is such a complicated love story. So you're going out with Dawn, you join the army, you get engaged to another girl. I don't even want to know that tramp's name. And then because Dawn finds out, you go and get married to her.
Yeah, I was married 29 years.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
And she died.
How long ago did we lose Dawn, Bill?
2001.
I'm really sorry for your loss, mate, but I really thank you for sharing your story.
But since then, I've been married twice.
Flipping heck, Bill, you're Mr. Lover.
I like wedding cake.
Your football in the West Midlands.
This weekend, BBC WM presents 3 live FM commentaries.
Saturday's early kick-off brings you Wolves versus Ipswich.
From 3, it's the Baggies away at Palace.
With Watford against Blues on DAB.
Then on Sunday,
hear exclusive FM commentary of the FA Cup semi-final.
Villa versus Liverpool, live from Wembley.
With special guest former Villa manager John Gregory.
On BBC WM 95.6.
By the way, I've just seen Franksy walk past on his show. I'm assuming it's for this evening's show. He's got the Shires coming. Is that for tonight's show? Who are an excellent band. Boy, oh boy, they're good. Duo, I believe you call them. There's 2 of them. It's a duo, isn't it? They'll be on Paul's show later on. I've just seen them in the building, and they are superb. And by the way, brilliant calls. We're going to compile a list of first loves. And if you don't want to tell us the story, you don't have to tell me the story. Although Bill was a little bit of a sort, wasn't he? What a player. What a player. So far, we've got Dawn, Natalie, and I'm going to put Kerry on there. Let me write it on this bit of paper here. We've got Dawn, we've got Natalie, and we've got Kerry. Come on, guys. And girls. We've all looked up our exes on Facebook, haven't we? Haven't we? I remember when Friends Reunited first started, I looked on there. Kerry sent me a friend's request, I don't know, a few years ago. I took great pleasure in looking at the pictures and then not accepting it. Afternoon, Simon.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing, Simon?
Oh, I'm all right. Yourself?
Now, hang on a minute. We've spoken... How many times have we spoken before?
Twice, probably.
OK, you can come on. No regular callers today. I want new callers and people who've only called a couple of times. Simon, you're on. What have you got for us, fella?
Yeah, it was on about bigamy earlier on,
yeah? Bigamy. They've all got it big. No, that doesn't work. Yes.
Why would anybody want to do it?
Well, hang on a minute. Why would... I tell you what... OK, let me see if I can explain...
Why would any man want to be a bigamist? Why would they want to get married twice? Once is bad enough.
Simon, let me explain... Yeah. Let me try the best comparison I can do. As you may know, I didn't eat meat for 27 years. I started eating meat 13 months ago, OK?
Yep.
And I had my first McDonald's drive-through ever. About 6 months ago, right? I drove up and I went... I'm going to have a Big Mac, I'm going to have some fries, I'm going to have a vanilla milkshake. Is that what you want? So that's all I want. I sat in the car park, I ate it, it was delicious. Do you know what I did?
Go on.
I drove round again, had another one. It was so tasty, it was so delicious.
Got to live with that for the rest of your life, have you?
But then on the second one, when I was chomping on the second one, I felt really, really naughty. So maybe that's the attraction to the bigamists, that they can't get enough and they feel a bit naughty.
No, but in all seriousness, why would you want... I mean, you've got two mother-in-laws.
Oh, come on. What?
You know,
come on.
I'm 48, right? I've never been married, and I never would get married. You know, I'm quite happy with doing what I do.
Well, I don't know if I want to know what you do, Simon.
Well, nothing. I mean, I go to work. I'm just a normal bloke.
The thing is, this is the second...
I have a girlfriend, and I see her twice a week. That's enough for me. I don't want to see her no more than that.
I did like when Helena Bonham Carter... Was it the husband, ex-husband, the film director, whose name escapes me, not Tim Robbins, doesn't matter. They lived next door to each other, even though they were married. Now that is genius.
Yeah, that's class.
That is genius.
I could put up with that.
Simon, I don't want to know the story. I just want to know the name of your first love, please.
First love when I was in infant school was Dawn.
Now, is she proper first love, or were you just holding hands and you know...
Oh, yeah.
I want the proper, the not in the stomach first love.
Somebody I've always loved called Margaret.
Margaret. Have you looked her up on Facebook?
No. We went to school together. She lived in the same area as me.
Oh.
We never actually went to go out with each other or anything, but yeah.
Simon. El unrequited l'amour. Huh? Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. New callers or people who have only called a few times, please. And I've got to say, hasn't the quality of call been excellent so far?
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the news. Here's Phil Peacock.
Traffic is slow moving on the southbound side of the M6 from junction 10A at the M54 through to junction 8 for the M5 because of roadworks. That's having a knock-on effect to the Black Country route as you make your way from Willenhall. It's very slow moving towards the M6 junction 10 Island. And northbound on the M5 is heavier than normal from junction 1 at West Brom towards the M6. Also out of Birmingham, the Aston Expressway looking quite busy towards the M6 at junction 6 at Spaghetti. And Harborne High Street is looking a little bit congested because of roadworks near to York Street with temporary traffic lights causing delays. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 Travel on 0330 123 3550.
On FM.
Freeview, digital radio,
and online.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Oh, man. So much more to talk about. What's yours? It's a pint if you're the Pope. We'll talk about that and more after the latest news with Gareth Ford-Lloyd.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Detectives in Wolverhampton have named a man they want to speak to in connection with a murder. They're investigating the death of Herman Louis Simpson, who was found stabbed to death in a flat on Compton Road on Monday night. Police have given us a picture of the man they want to find. He's 19-year-old Dylan Jackson of no fixed address, and you can see a picture in the local live section of our website, bbc.co.uk/Birmingham. West Midlands Ambulance Service have told BBC WM that paramedics are regularly caring for patients in hospitals instead of responding to 999 calls. It's because A&E staff can't cope. Thousands of people are attending a memorial service in Germany for the victims of last month's Germanwings plane crash in the Alps. The co-pilot is accused of deliberately crashing the passenger jet, killing 150 people. And a revival in vinyl has seen record sales in the UK rise by more than 60% over the year. The sales of records, which at one point was close to extinction, was worth about £21 million last year. The weather dry this afternoon. It will continue to brighten up, breezy with highs of 14 degrees Celsius, that's 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's your news for the West Midlands. It's 31 minutes past 2.
On FM, Freeview, digital radio and online.
BBC WM 95.6.
Oh, man. There's lots of... Well, because of this, hey, I don't know if you know, there's an election coming up. Have you guys heard about this? Who saw the fun debate last night? Anybody? 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 No, it turns out nobody. Nobody at all. I said anybody. There's an election coming. So the papers are kind of gone weird. All the papers are doing really, they're not really printing policies. They're just having a pop at the people that they don't like in politics. So it's very weird, but it means there aren't many stories going around. Aren't many good, chunky, meaty stories. The best picture of the day, and this is a brilliant photograph, page 6. No, not page 15 with Beyonce. Page 6 of the, where is it? The Sun. Have you seen this? It's a great headline. Alco Pope. 03453 009956. Alco Pope. Praise to the Lord. Oh, can you do this? I don't know if you can do this. Praise to the... Now, praise to the Lord, Almighty. Oh. Retired Pope Benedict the 16th. Oh, he's the last one. Oh, okay. Celebrated his 8th... And yet he's still allowed to dress up as a pope. How is that? Hang on a second. If I, when the bosses here at BBC WM realised, actually, you know, there's not a lot in this show and it's all smoke and mirrors, I will be asked to evacuate the building and I will have to hand in my pass, my BBC pass and lanyard. They should have done that to the Pope. When he left the Vatican, they should have said, yeah, the white hat and the cape, yep, sorry, fella, we're having those. Praise to the Lord Almighty. Retired Pope Benedict the 16th celebrated his 88th birthday yesterday by downing a cold pint of lager. And it's the weirdest picture. I don't know why. Well, it's partly weird because there's a man in like lederhosen wearing where is this? Austria, Bavaria. Wearing, you know, kind of one of those mountain hats with feathers coming out of the top. The German was joined at Rome's Castel Gandolfo, oh, here we go, by a group from his hometown in Bavaria, as well as his older brother, George Ratzinger. It sounds like they were having a right old do. Given Oh, flipping it. Now, isn't it funny? Isn't it funny that they would make these jokes about this because it's a Christian? I wonder if this was a similar scenario. I'm trying to think of a scenario that would be similar because obviously, Muslims don't drink. But would the Sun be quite so free and easy with the puns? Would they be quite so free and easy with the puns? I think you should be allowed to be free and easy with the puns for all religions. But given his connections, perhaps he had turned water into steins. Steins? What is steins? That's German. What's that for? Is that like a beer barrel? I don't know. I don't drink and I've never been to Germany. So I couldn't possibly help you with that one. 03453 009956. A little bit quieter on the phones today, but quality, not quantity. No regular callers today. I'm glad we did this because the first half an hour was cracking. If you've called one or two times, you're more than welcome. Anything above that, we'll have to negotiate. But no regular callers. 03453 009956 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. I may get onto e-cigarettes a little bit later on. Regular listeners will know I have beef with e-cigarettes, and last time I did it on this show, it all kicked off and it went nuts, and I got loads of abusive tweets. What's your beef? Oh, was your mic on?
It was on by mistake.
I do apologise. I do apologise, Marky Mark.
That's all right.
Who's that on the phone?
It's someone calling for you.
Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry, Mark. I'd nudged it with the edge of my paper. I wonder why he was doing the cutting the throat gesture. And I thought, gosh, he's either really angry with me or I shouldn't be talking about e-cigarettes. I thought, what have I done wrong? I thought I was getting told off, Susan.
Hello.
Hello, Susan. How are you? You're right.
I'm fine, thank you.
I have to ask you a couple of questions. Is this the first time you've ever called this show?
It's about the third time.
Ooh, third time I like. And have you called any other shows to BBC WM 95.6?
Yes.
Who else you called?
Danny.
Oh, Danny. Oh, is he still working here?
Yeah, I first met him donkeys years ago. We had bacon sandwiches in my back garden.
Flipping heck. Oh, well, where's my bacon butty, Susan?
Sorry.
Unbelievable. Susan, what have you got for us this afternoon?
It's a rather funny story. You're talking about bigamy.
Oh, yeah. Front page of the Sun, the bigamist.
Yeah, this happened before I was born. My parents were witness to a wedding, and it was actually my uncle. Now, my uncle had told my parents that he had got divorced, and my parents were witnesses to his wedding. But the embarrassing scenario was, as my dad was a working police officer at the time, and when it was discovered, he got called in and questioned.
It wasn't your dad that took him in, was it?
No.
There must be rules. I wonder if that's ever happened, that a dad has had to go and nick his son, or vice versa.
I don't know.
So he completely lied about the divorce, or had he just got the papers mixed up?
No, he completely lied.
What a chancer! Why did he do it?
It was just two very quick relationships, one after the other.
Yeah.
And he'd split up with one person, married someone else, got back with the other one. I hadn't got the heart to tell her that he actually got married in between.
Oh, no! Oh, he loved her so much, he couldn't tell her he'd married another woman.
Yes.
Did he stick with either of those women? Did either of those relationships last?
No. Well, he did actually remarry her legally.
Oh, good for him.
But then they split up.
Susan, thank you.
Had the time of my life. No, I never felt like.
Whoa, dude, what happened there? I'm going all to... Mark, I can't... Something's happened to me today.
Not exactly Norman Cook, are you?
This was happening in the other place as well.
What have you done?
My hands have just turned into, like, big, massive... You know the foam hands that people used to wear in the audience of Gladiators?
Yeah, yes.
My hands have turned into that.
Those?
They've turned into those, and I can't hit... Right, OK, I'll shut up. Anyway, here we go. Here we go. We got it now. We got it.
Had the time of my life.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Right, OK. I from out here, I'm going to watch you at work, right?
I didn't do that.
Do it again and hold your hands up so I can witness that you have.
Hang on, right.
OK, restart it all again.
I'm not... Hang on. All right,
Restart.
hang on a minute. I did not do that,
well,
right.
OK, press play on that and I'll watch.
OK, here we go. Right. OK, we're going to... Okay.
Now I had the time of my life.
Isn't that weird?
Ah, you see.
Never felt like this before.
Are you sure you didn't do it?
Actually, I think I might have worked out what I just did. And yes, I may have done it.
I've been waiting for so long. Now I finally found someone to stand by me.
We saw the writing on the wall as we felt this magical fantasy. Now with passion in our eyes, there's no way we could disguise it secretly. So we take each other's hand, 'cause we seem to understand the urgency. Just remember, you're the one thing I can't get enough of. So I'll tell you something. This could be love, because I had the time of my life. I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's a truth, and I owe it all to you. Hey, baby, with my body and soul, I want you more than you'll ever know.
So we'll just let it go. Don't be afraid to lose control. No.
Yes, I know it's on your mind when you say, stay with me tonight.
And remember, you're the one thing
I can't get enough of.
So I'll tell you something.
This could be love, because I had the time of my life. Never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's a truth, and I owe it all to you, 'cause I had the time of my life, and I searched through every open door till I found the truth, and I owe it all to
had the time of my life. No, I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's a truth, and I owe it all to you.
Excuse my big fat heavy fingers. Afternoon, Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. New callers only, or people who've only called a couple of times. Bigamists, first loves, drunk popes. Well, apparently niche TV shows, it says on my screen. I don't, Omar, what's prompted you to call in?
I saw your Facebook post begging for callers.
Whoa, hey, whoa, guy, dude, no, stop. No begging. No. There was no begging. I was explaining the format of today's show. At no point was I begging people to call in.
I think I sort of pleased in that message, Ian.
Okay, here we go. Let me just read it. I drive up the M1 and present a phone-in show on BBC WM 95.6 between 2 and 4. This week, new callers only. Could be great, could be a car crash. There's no begging. There's no begging, Omar. Omar?
Yep.
I accept your apology. Let's move on. What have you got for us?
Yeah, I'm sort of talking about niche TV shows. Have you heard of, let me try some, Freaks and Geeks?
Freaks and Geeks, yes. I watched the whole series about 3 months ago. It's wonderful.
It's really
one
good,
of the best TV series of all time, and none of you will have seen it, and it's just a joy.
It is really good. It's a shame that it got cut off after one season, though.
There was one season.
Have you heard of Sunny in Philadelphia?
Say that again.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I have heard it. I've never seen it.
You should watch it.
Okay.
It's really good.
Lovely.
What about a third recommendation? Parks and Rec?
I don't like Parks and Recs.
I don't like you.
Sorry?
No, sorry.
Right, I'm gonna listen, Omar. Right, if I were desperate for calls, this would not be one of the calls I was desperate for. You're literally sucking the energy out of the universe, let alone this show, Omar.
I'm a first-time caller. I'm sorry.
I know, and I should be treating you with more respect, but I'm just so angry with you, Omar. I'm so angry. Why have you never called before?
Because I don't get it in my local stations.
It don't matter. There's the internet, isn't it? There's the internet in it. That's the BBC line. That's the new BBC line, by the way. There's the internet in it.
Some of the music you play, though, Ian, seriously.
Sorry?
I'm having the time of my life.
What music? What are you talking about?
The song you just played?
All right, Omar. Tough guy. This is how nice I am to new callers. Got my computer in front of me. What song do you want, fella?
If
you think the music's bad, you see how difficult. What music do you want? And by the way, that song, Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes, it's a classic. I take it you never tried to get romantic with a girl in 1988. I did, and that's a classic.
I hope you got cast first base, Ian.
It went very, very badly. Omar, what song would you like? You choose a song, and I'll play it for you, and let's see who's the best at choosing music. Shall we go?
What about Big Love, Fleetwood Mac?
Big Love. Okay, right, it's queued up. Do you want to introduce it?
I know you're going to do.
Do you want to introduce it or not?
I do, yeah, I do.
Go on then.
Hello, everyone. This is Big Love from Fleetwood Mac.
Like a boy laser. Why be more done every one occasion? I've got a good idea. Don't just keep me near. I'll be so good for you. I'm gonna help you. Rub you like you want me to. Let me know I can get through. I'll be so good for you. I can be so good for you. Let me know I can get through. From the warm place. Let me know I can get through. I'll be so good for you.
Ahead of the general election on May the 7th.
My name is Adrian Goldberg. We are live from Bourneville College.
We're finding out what matters to you, putting your questions to the people who want your vote.
What we've said is that we've already banned any zero-hours contracts that are exploiting people.
That doesn't mean we need to get rid of them outright, and they can still be of a massive benefit, and this is especially true for young people.
Frankly, that shows just how out of touch Conservative Party are.
The general election.
This Thursday, we're holding our next debate at Solihull College, putting a spotlight on the NHS. To be part of the live audience, go to bbc.co.uk/WM. Election 2015.
On BBC WM 95.6.
Afternoon, James.
Afternoon, mate. You okay?
I'm all right, fella. Well, have you called this show before?
Once.
Beautiful. Then you're welcome to this Friday. And all those naysayers, it will never work without the regulars. The regulars are the show. No. The Today Show, I would say, has been much, much better than usual. James, what would you like to contribute?
Well, firstly, when I'm working down south, I always catch you on your free. Is it free counters? Is it?
I don't know what you're talking about, James. That's an imposter. I'm here, BBC WM 95.6, Fridays and Saturdays. That's all we need to know.
Oh, well, I say, I thought I'd ring up and have a chat with you. You're talking about couples that look odd.
Well, the initial thought was couples where one of them is batting above their average, where one of the people in the couples is really hot, and one looks like the back end of a bus.
Oh, God, I mean, it's got to be that Bernie Eccleston, isn't he?
Oh, I mean, yes, Bernie. I've met Bernie Eccleston and his wife. Bernie Eccleston, and this is true, you can Google this, he's 4'7" 3/4. He is tiny. He hides in his wife's turn-ups on her trousers as she carries him along. He's so small.
They just look really, really, really... I mean, he's an odd fella anyway, but them together look really, really odd.
She's tall and stunning. He's tiny and looks like a testicle, basically. But boy, oh boy, isn't he rich? I'm trying to think of other... there are... I mean, Linda McCartney and Paul McCartney. It's often rich, old, ugly men and attractive young women, of course. That seems to be the natural kind of pairing.
Sugar daddy.
Thank you very much, Di. Well, the obvious is, all right, Debbie McGee and Paul Daniels. Now, she is beautiful.
Yep.
And he's Paul Daniels.
Well,
James,
yeah?
What's the name of your first love?
Oh, Susan.
Oh, man, just say that again and just imagine. How old were you when you were with Susan?
14, 15.
Right, close your eyes. Just close your eyes for a second, James. Just go back to that school playground where you first asked her out, you first kissed her. Now say...
He's on the park, actually.
Oh, it'll be a good... so romantic. Sit on that park bench, sit on those things, sit on that slide, and just say her name again.
Susan.
Yeah, but don't say it in a creepy stalkerish way, mate. That's no wonder she dumped you.
I got rid of her, actually.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Susan sounds delightful. She sounds... Why did you dump Susan?
I can't really remember.
You wanted to play on your Spectrum with your mates?
Well, that's it, lads do what lads do, and, But she did, actually, friend request me on a social media site a couple of years ago, and I ignored it.
Oh, what? But you went and looked at all her photos, didn't you?
No, sorry. No, I'm being serious because I couldn't because she had that block thing on. Oh. So I did try, but I couldn't because she put that block on. So I can't lie to you. So I went, just
Why did you not accept it? Are you married?
No, like I said, with a long-term partner and everything, I just think sometimes things in the past need to be left in the past because Facebook is deadly for me anyway, really, and other people, because I think I'll call it a relationship ruiner, really, because all sorts happens on there.
Yeah.
Really.
Facebook is the place where people go to. But they do. They meet up with their former partners and they get it on.
Get it on.
A bang a gong, get it on. Oh, should we have that song? Actually, let's have that song. I like that.
Well, I'm not going to announce it. There's absolutely no chance I'm going to... No, because I'll have that minder thing on again.
No. Oh, really? Is that what you think of me?
Yep.
You think I would do something as low as that?
Lower.
Oh, I haven't got Mark Bolan here. Hang on a second. Oh, maybe he's under T-Rex. Let's have a look under Rex. Hang on a second. Here we go. Right.
I'll let you introduce it. You're a gentleman.
You are such a coward. You know that, don't you?
I wrong you.
I tell you what, say hello to Doreen.
Hi, Doreen.
Hello.
Hang on a second, Doreen.
Yes.
How many times have you called me?
I can't remember.
I'm
Gladys Emmanuel today.
No. What do you mean Gladys? James?
Gladys Emmanuel.
Could you explain the rules to Doreen, please?
No regular callers today. People that have only called a couple of times, and he'll consider a couple of times.
How many times I'll ring Ian? Do you?
Mate, it's the second time I've rung the bloke.
Oh, well, it's his second, but I mean, I don't tick it off on the wall. Well, I've found Ian today. I might have found him half a dozen times. Is that too much, Ian?
Doreen, you phone me like every week. You must have spoken to me more times than my mother.
Well, I'll ring off then.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Doreen.
No.
got to be cruel to be kind, James.
You said the rules. Everyone knows the rules. I listened last week, and you couldn't have been more clearer, mate.
Just think, James, you could have introduced this. You've blown it, mate. You've blown your chance to be a superstar DJ.
Okay. You have a good afternoon, mate.
Cheers, mate. Take care. Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Come on, ladies. The list of first loves consists entirely of women's names. Come on, phone up and tell us your first love, please. Do these names mean anything to you? Dawn, Natalie, Kerry, Margaret, and Susan. And do you know what all of these names are, right? They're really normal, sensible names that, if you just say them, pretty meaningless, pretty dull. Oh, but the history. Iain, if you've got the Daily Star, read the bit about the page 3 girl Jane. It's just brilliant and funny. I mean, it is quite funny, actually. They always write this nonsense. But page 3 is still going strong in the I mean, it's such an old-fashioned concept. But Keaton gardener Jane enjoys this time of year with the sun out and the birds singing. The 23-year-old from Camberley, Surrey, loves to get down and dirty with the soil. Jane, who is sporting her favourite daffodil yellow, she's wearing pants, likes making beautiful things grow. We think she's blooming lovely. Oh, flippin' heck. The thing is, someone gets paid to write that stuff. That's someone's job. Iain, my first love was a stunning Czech lass called Barbara. Together nearly 3 years, and sadly she gets married to this year to the guy she left me for, a git called Lee. Oh, that's the saddest story of all time.
Friday afternoons with Iain Lee.
On BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get a little bit of travel. What's happening, please?
Well, on the southbound M6, there's slow traffic from junction 10A for the M54 towards junction 8 for the M5. Northbound, it's slow moving around junction 11, the Cannock. Both sides is caused by roadworks. As a result, Black Country route from Willenhall, the A454, slow moving towards the M6 at junction 10. And there's slow moving traffic on the northbound side of the M5 from junction 1 at West Brom towards the M6. Not looking too bad on public transport, but if you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel on 0330 123 3550.
On FM.
Freeview, digital radio
and online.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
New callers only today. A successful first hour. Will it continue up until 4 o'clock? We'll find out after the news with Gareth.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Detectives in Wolverhampton have named a man they want to speak to in connection with a murder. They're investigating the death of Herman Louis Simpson, who was found stabbed to death in a flat on Compton Road on Monday night. Police have given us a picture of the man they want to find. He's 19-year-old Dylan Jackson of no fixed address, and you can see that picture in the local live section of our website, bbc.co.uk/Birmingham. Herman's brother Jason made this appeal today.
The message is hand yourself in. Your name's out there. People know it's a brutal crime. Someone's got to have to pay. So I'd really sort of encourage him to hand himself in to make it easy on himself.
A 13-year-old boy will be sentenced later for the murder of a woman who suffered a bleed on the brain after being mugged in Smethwick. Glynis Bensley was on her way home from the pub in September last year when she was attacked by the youngster, who hit her to the ground, then stamped on her face. The boy, who cannot be named because of his age, was found guilty of killing Glynis Bensley after a trial at Wolverhampton Crown Court in March. Relatives of those who died in last month's Germanwings plane crash have attended a memorial service in Cologne. 150 candles were lit, one for every person who died, including the co-pilot Andreas Lubitz, who investigators believe deliberately crashed the passenger jet into the Alps. West Midlands Ambulance Service have told BBC WM that paramedics are regularly caring for patients in hospitals instead of responding to 999 calls because A&E staff can't cope. Problems at the Royal Worcestershire A&E department became so serious last week that the West Midlands Ambulance Service was forced to bring in a doctor normally only on call for major incidents. As a result, there were no crews left to respond to 999 calls. Unemployment in the UK has fallen to its lowest rate since 2008. The latest figures from the Office of National Statistics show the number of people out of work dropped by 76,000 in the 3 months to February. Here in the West Midlands, the number has dropped by 1,000 to 172,000. The Conservatives and Liberal Democrats have also received praise from the head of the International Monetary Fund today over the management of the British economy. But Labour's Shadow Work and Pensions Secretary Rachel Reeves says far more needs to be done. And scientists have used high-speed cameras to discover how octopuses coordinate their 8 arms when they crawl. Researchers from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem hope to use the information to create new rescue equipment. The weather dry this afternoon. It will continue to brighten up, breezy with highs of 14 degrees Celsius. And that's your news for the West Midlands. It's 3 minutes past 3.
Friday afternoons with Iain Lee.
On BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
Thank you, Gareth. A bold move there. He went for the octopuses. I would have gone for the octopi. But then again, I'll eat anything. Oh, what have I done? Hey, flip it. You're coming through that door, are you? I made a brilliant joke, Marky Mark, while you were making what's going to be a barely adequate cup of coffee. I can't help you. I'm doing a radio show, mate. No, he's going. Can you push the door? Gareth said octopuses. I said I would have gone for the octopi. But then again, I'll eat anything. Just put it down there. Come on. Good luck.
What to say?
You just to say you've... No, don't put it on the top of the record player. Oh, that's the worst place you could put it.
No, I'm putting it there.
For goodness sakes. 03453 009956. The first hour, superb. Worked much better than I was expecting. New callers only, or people who have only called once or twice. Any more than that, we can negotiate. No regulars. Why? Well, two reasons. One, the regulars were getting a little bit cocky and they thought they were bigger than the show. Girlfriend. Secondly, it's kind of nice. I know what it's like when you hear the same voices over and over again and you think, I can't call up because I'm not as funny as them, or I'm not as dull as them, or I'm not as stupid as them, or they won't want to listen to me. And boy, oh boy, I do. And I'm hoping that we'll get more and more new callers over the weeks. But I want to make you welcome and I want to make you feel happy, and you can come and join us. What are we talking about? Bigamists? Couples where the one of the people is batting above their average, for the name of your first love, all kinds of stuff. Jackie's on the line. Good afternoon, Jackie.
Good afternoon, Ian.
Hello, Jackie. You're right. Sounds like you're hiding in a cupboard or something. Why are you nervous?
Sorry, I've never rung up before.
You never rung me, or you've never rung the station?
Never rung the station.
How long you been listening to BBC WM for?
About 25 years.
Flipping heck! We had the fella that had been listening for 30, you for 25 years?
Yeah.
Well, you're very brave to come on, Jackie, and do you know what? I'm going to be on my bestest behaviour.
Thank you.
What have you got for us, Jackie?
My name of my first love.
Yeah.
He was John.
Yeah.
And I married him.
Oh.
And we've been married 35 years in June.
Oh, fantastic. What date in June?
June the 7th.
June the 7th, 2 days before my birthday, Jackie, just in case you're interested.
Right.
Just in case you're interested.
Some people said it would never last because he's a lot old. Well, he's older than me.
How old were you? How old was he when you got together?
Young.
Okay, 35 years, and he was your first love?
Yes.
Have you never thought, Jackie, what if there's more out there? What if should I not have experienced? I don't necessarily mean sexually. I mean, just experience more people.
No, don't need to. He's brilliant.
Why is he so brilliant, Jackie? Go on, we can get a little sloppy for a second here. Why is he so brilliant?
Because he is. He's just kind and takes care of me and helped me bring up our 3 children, and he's just brilliant.
Well, it sounds like you've done very, very well for yourself, Jackie.
Yes, and we're coming to see you in October at the Mask.
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. Stick around and come and say hello to me, OK?
Yes, OK.
Jackie, you're a good sport. Thank you so much for coming on. It's really nice to speak to you, and I'll speak to you in October.
Thank you very much.
Ta-ta, bye-bye. There we go. Oh, did you hear the relief in her voice when it ended? Oh, thank you very much. She was like, what a lovely call. Thank you, Jackie. She was like a marathon runner. When they push themselves and then right at the finishing line, they just collapse. I'm so glad it's over. 03453 009956. Thank you, Jackie.
No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like to be hated, to be faded, to telling only lies. But my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance that's never free. No one knows what it's like to feel these feelings like I do, and I blame you. No one bites back as hard on their anger. None of my show through. But my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance that's never free. When my fist clenches, crack it open before I use it and lose my cool. When I smile, tell me some bad news before I laugh and act like a fool. And if I swallow anything evil, put your finger down my throat. And if I shiver, please give me a blanket. Keep me warm, let me wear your coat. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes.
03453 009956 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. New callers only, please. If you called never before or only a couple of times, you're more than welcome. Any more than that, we can negotiate. 03453 009956. Let me do some of these. Iain, my first love was the yardsman from the National Express coach yard. Harry, the yardsman. I used to make excuses to go and say hello to him 2 or 3 times a week. Then he found out where I lived and just turned up at mine one day, and the rest is history. Oh, blimey. Iain, at last, somebody else who likes vanilla milkshake, says Liam. I like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavours, isn't it? Hey, Marky Mark, do you want to see something funny? Look at the look at the camera into the newsroom. He's not shy, is he? Look, it's all on display there. Blimey. Deary me. Is it cold in there? Toby says, I wish I could phone, but I'm driving, so I'll text. Well, as long as you've pulled over to text safely and legally. Just to say, me and the missus are watching reruns of the 11 o'clock show. Blimey. You're old, aren't you? 03453 009956 is the telephone number if you want to give me a call. There's the best time of the day to do certain things. It's a story, and my papers are all over the shop today. I don't quite know what's going on with me. I seem to become very, very clumsy today. Very clumsy. The best time of the day to do things. The best time to make your mind up is 11:59 a.m. 11:59 a.m. A minute to midday. At 11:59 a.m. How do they know this stuff? Where is this from? At 11:59 a.m. the morning rush is over. And for most of us, the lunch hunger pangs have yet to kick in and distract you. So this is the best time of day to make an important decision. The worst time is to make a life-changing decision is at 10 p.m. Our brains are frazzled after a hard day's work and our bodies are ready for bed. I get my best ideas, not decisions, my best ideas are when I'm in bed and I haven't got a pen and paper near me to write them down. Or, and I'm going to say it, when I'm doing a poo. That's when I get the best ideas. My brain is kind of stimulated to come up with stuff then. I don't know why. When do you get your best idea? Lots of people... We did this the other week. Paul McCartney wrote his best songs when he was on the toilet. Caroline was playing XTC earlier on. Andy Partridge from XTC writes his best songs when he's on the toilet. Honestly, there are nerve connections between, and I'm not going to get too graphic here, between the bottom and the Shatner's bassoon, the creative part of your brain that helps you, imagine stuff. Have an argument. Oh, Best time of day to have an argument for me, 2 till 4 on Fridays and 10 till 12 on Saturdays. Hey, it's National, what is it? National Indoor Arena Day. No, what is it tomorrow, Marky Mark? What are we commemorating tomorrow?
National,
National Record Day. That's the one. And we're going to all the music from tomorrow's show will be played from records. Remember them? You may think it would be best to get things sorted before getting on with your day, but you'd be wrong. Early mornings are the worst time to have a difficult conversation or argument. Oh, you can't argue in the morning. An argument is a nighttime thing. An argument is definitely a nighttime thing. Has to be. The reason is that 6 a.m. till noon is the peak time for cardiac arrests. Oh, flipping it, is it? 8 a.m. Oh, dearie me. 8 a.m. is the best time to have sex. No. At 8 a.m., your energy and hormone levels are at their peak. And your male sperm counts are higher too, but don't overdo it. Creative thinking. Problems that need open-minded thinking are best left until the evening. A study of more than 400 students found that the more tired we are, the more our mind wanders. And the worst... Here we go. If you're going for a job interview, the worst time for a job interview is 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. 4 p.m. till 6 p.m. for me, and I mean, I get up at 5 to 4 every morning, but it's always been a kind of dead time of the day. A very dull time of the day. You're tired, you're grumpy, there's nothing really on the telly. I mean, I'm grumpy most of the time, if I'm completely honest, but... Scientists spent... Scientists? We've cured cancer already? Scientists spent 10 years analysing data from 9,000 interviews and found that when 5 similarly qualified candidates were seen on the same day, the last person to be interviewed was scored lower than they should have been. This happens because if you're interviewed after several good candidates, the interview will subconsciously bet on bad, much like gamblers. Afternoon, Maggie.
Hello.
Hello, Maggie. What you got for us?
I wanted to say hello to you.
Maggie, I have to ask, have you called the show before?
No.
OK. What would you like to say, Maggie? It's good to have you on board. Welcome.
I just wanted to say hello.
OK, well, you've said it.
I'm listening to you every day. Brilliant. Beautiful.
OK, well, that's very kind of you, Maggie. What was the name of your first love, Maggie?
Maggie.
The?
You're brilliant. You are very, very good.
Yeah, I know I am. What? Your name is Maggie, and your first love was called Maggie?
Yeah.
Hey, here's the thing. Has anybody ever been out with someone who's got the same name as them?
Brilliant, man. You are listening every day in other station. You are.
I only have ears and mouths for you and the people of.
Brilliant,
yes.
Brilliant, man.
Okay.
Brilliant radio program. Beautiful.
Hang on, Maggie.
Yeah.
Do you like cups of tea?
Everything.
Yeah, you like cups of tea and everything, yeah?
Yeah.
What's your favourite colour?
Black.
Black, yeah. What was the last TV programme you watched?
Escape to Country.
And when did you watch it?
I'm watching before speaking to you.
Yeah, I saw Escape to the Country today. What colour was the bloke's jumper who was presenting it?
He wearing a coat.
He was wearing a coat, actually. All right, Maggie.
Bye-bye.
Soul music has lost another legend this week with the death of Percy Sledge at the age of 74. The man who worked in the cotton fields of Alabama and went on to record one of the classic soul tunes of all time.
The Soul and Motown Show with Jenny Wilkes.
I'll be paying tribute to him on the Soul and Motown Show this Sunday from 1 on BBC WM 95.6.
You are my destiny. You are my one and only. You gave that joy to me when my whole life was lonely.
my little heart was looking for. Laughter in the rain, feeling like a fool in love again. Oh, the laughter came when the tears stopped falling. All I do is just call your name. But I say, lover, you walked in and my heart discovered that my life would never be the same. You are my destiny. You are my one and only. You gave that joy to me when my whole life was lonely. Angel in disguise. With your power of love, you just hypnotize. I just love the magic of your spell. How much joy we'll have together, only time will tell. Oh, the laughter came when the tears stopped falling. Now all I do is just call your name. I just call your name. Then at my heart discovered that my life would never be the same. I know you are my destiny. You are my one and only. You gave that joy to me when my whole life was lonely. Every day, every night, oh, I know it's so right when I see your face. Only time's gonna tell, but I know you so well, girl, my love's for real. From the first time that I saw you, I knew it was forever. This mighty love between us will keep us together. You're the girl God sent from heaven. I'm so glad I found you forever, 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 forever. I'm so glad to be around you. You are my destiny. You are my one and only. You gave that joy to me when my whole world was lonely.
I'm not a massive fan of Gary Barlow. Who's a no one could be claimed to be a massive fan of Gary Barlow, could they? Gary Barlow. And Take That, I think, I thought they were silly the first time around. I liked it when they got back together, but let's be honest, Nick. We're bored of Take That now, aren't we?
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean, how many times have you called me, Nick?
More than twice, but only just.
Well, you said, less than 20?
Oh, yeah.
Less than 10?
Yeah.
Less than 5?
Borderline.
Okay, well, you can have a minute.
I found to say, I love your show.
That's weird.
And if ever you stop coming on the radio,
what?
I won't listen to it again. My life revolves around it, my work, everything. A Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, I stop just to listen to you.
Well, what do you do for a living? You're not a surgeon or anything, are you? Because that would be terrible.
No, I make expensive furniture.
So quite niche then. The British economy slowly climbing out of the gutter is not going to collapse just because you take 4 hours off a week to listen to this rubbish.
I take 4 hours off any time to listen to you, and I think you're great. And
sounds a little bit creepy.
I'm glad you got rid of the Muppets last week, the Muppet Show. They were getting a bit much, you know.
This is listen, regulars. All those regulars who tuned... They probably all met up, right? They've tuned in. They got big, fat cigars. They tuned in at 2. Big, fat cigars, bottle of champagnes. Oh, let's... This is Ranjit. Let's listen to the idiot try and do 2 hours without us, Millie. He'll never make it. Oh, yes, that's right. I can't do either of their accents.
You don't need any props, Ian.
No, and they are pouring that champagne down the sink and stubbing the cigars out because, guys, this has been one of the best shows we've ever done here.
It is, yeah.
Do you a fan of Take That? You're not a fan of Take That, are you, Nick?
No. I was the one that was in Indiana Jones. I found about. Do you remember I was in the film?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. You were a young lad, weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and I gave you a great record to play. Ides of March, vehicle.
Did I play it?
Yeah, you did. Well, it was the subject was about vehicles that day or something.
Okay. Well, Gary Barlow has written. Do you know who Gary Barlow is? Don't you?
Of course, yeah.
He's the short, boring one from Take That. Doesn't narrow it down too much, does it? He's written a musical for the Broadway in America. It's like America's West End, right? And it's got Frasier's in it and some other people. I don't know who the other people are.
Yeah.
And all this week, some of the papers have been running stories about him every single day. This is going to be Gary Barlow's big break in America. This is going to be... Well, it had its premiere last night.
Yeah.
It's had terrible reviews, Nick.
Yeah.
Do you want to listen?
If you must.
Well, to the reviews, not the songs.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Yeah. The one newspaper, The Score, doesn't offend, but I was still impervious to its desperate attempts to win me over. Barlow and USA Today. Barlow and Kennedy provide mostly syrupy ballads and vaguely peppy production numbers.
Yeah.
The Star. The music and lyrics too often lean towards syrupy ballads riddled with cliché. Don't sound good, does it?
Some people don't know when the sell-by date's gone.
This guy is... Right, thank you, Nick. For the next 35 minutes of the show, who's gone past their sell-by date?
Oh, am I allowed to mention a few?
Well, it depends if they're people that work on this radio station. Because if they are, you can't, unless it's Danny Kelly. I tell you what,
No.
Danny Kelly...
Well, oh, yeah, Danny Kelly, yeah. I'll turn him off.
Bruce Forsyth. There we go. Pour him out.
Song and dance, man.
Well, Sammy Davis Jr., he's dead, mate.
Bruce.
Yeah, go on, give us one celebrity that's gone past their sell-by date, Nick. We finish at 4, by the way.
The old hacks on the loose women thing, I've seen that once or twice.
The old hacks on the loose women thing.
Yeah, the newspaper hacks, you know.
Nick, I'm going to put that down. I hope that the hacks... There's a newspaper thing, it's not a sexist term. The old hacks, not hags, on loose women. We can do that for the next 30 minutes or so. People that have gone past their sell-by. I was saying for ages that Bruce Forsyth and the Generation Game with Bruce Forsyth in the 70s was insane. It was nuts. Vic and Bob, Vic and Bob are old now. Vic and Bob are doing a 25th anniversary tour. But these guys, are you still there, Nick?
Yeah, before I go, could I make a request for my friend's daughter's 21st tonight?
What do you mean make a request for it?
Well, not a request, but can I give a mention, Robin?
No, you can't mention Robin.
Thanks.
Oh, I think he just... But Bruce Forsyth in his day was brilliant. But his day was 1974. He's not been brilliant since the original Play Your Cards Right ended in 1986. Since then, he's been rubbish. Past his sell-by date. 03453 009956 is the phone number. I'm going to say it. Philip Schofield is past his sell-by date. And I've met Pip. I've worked with Pip. Yeah, I've been on this morning. Tough guy. I've reviewed the papers on this morning with Pip and Holly. Pip Schofield is past his sell-by date. Yeah, he does everything, doesn't he? And I didn't see this, but wasn't he presenting a programme recently where the contestants were hypnotised and then they had to kind of... Nick, are you still there?
Yeah.
What for?
Yeah, cut me off then.
Do you want me to cut you off?
No.
Okay. Oh, he said no. It was presenting a television programme where the contestants were hypnotised. How does that work? The Cube was good, actually. Saying that, I enjoyed The Cube. And Gary Barlow. Come in, Gary Barlow. Your time is up. It was supposed to be the show that would finally see Gary Barlow break America. The Take That star had spent 10 years writing the songs and almost £10 million on the Broadway production. However, it's been described as syrupy and dull. He had hoped it would be a big success. One review, most of Barlow's ballads are dull. Well, And Barlow, who hopes to bring the show to London, has revealed that after seeing a preview, Andrew Lloyd Webber sent him a note saying he'd had an enormous hit on his hands. Maybe the telegram didn't get taken down properly. You know what I'm saying? Last 30 minutes of the show. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome if you're a new caller or you've only called a few times. 03453 009956.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Yeah, let's get the travel news. Here's Phil Peacock.
We'll start at the motorway. Southbound on the M6 is congested from junction 10A for the M54 towards the road. It's at junction 8 for the M5. Northbound on the M6, also looking slow moving towards junction 11 for Cannock again. It's restrictions around there. Looking at the M5, that's congested from junction 1 at West Brom towards the M6. And the slow moving traffic on the Aston Expressway heading out of Birmingham City Centre from Dartmouth Circus towards Park Circus on your way towards the M6 junction 6 again. It's the tidal flow restrictions around Salford Circus that are causing those problems. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel on 0330 123 3550.
On FM.
Freeview, digital radio,
and online.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
It's all about first loves, and it's also all about people who are past their sell-by dates. 03453 009956. We'll talk after the news with Gareth.
Thank you. Good afternoon. A 13-year-old boy is due to be sentenced for the murder of a woman who suffered a bleed on the brain after being mugged in Smethwick. Glynis Blensley was on her way home from the pub in September last year when she was attacked by the youngster who hit her to the ground and then stamped on her face. The boy, who can't be named for legal reasons, was found guilty of killing Glynis Blensley after a trial at Wolverhampton Crown Court in March. Detectives in Wolverhampton have named a man they want to speak to in connection with a murder. He's 19-year-old Dylan Jackson of no fixed address, and you can see the picture in the local live section of our website, bbc.co.uk/Birmingham. Herman Louis Simpson was found stabbed to death in a flat on Compton Road on Monday night, and that's the investigation police are currently carrying out. West Midlands Ambulance Service have told BBC WM paramedics are regularly caring for patients in hospitals instead of responding to 999 calls. It's because A&E staff can't cope, and unemployment in the UK has fallen to its lowest since 2008. The weather dry this afternoon. It will continue to brighten up, breezy with highs of 14 degrees Celsius. That's 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's your news for the West Midlands. It's 31 minutes past 3.
On FM, Freeview, digital radio and online.
BBC WM 95.6.
I've got to say, dear listener, I've got to say, dear listener, a rip-roaring success for the first 90 minutes of the show. Yeah, the last 30 minutes can all go downhill as far as I'm concerned. New callers only, or people who've only called a couple of times, you've done yourselves proud. If you're listening and thinking, oh, I'd like to call, but come on. We had a fella who's been listening to this radio station for 30 years. He'd never called before. He called up today, and he was brilliant. He had a great story to tell us. Yes, I can't remember what that story was, but I remember at the time feeling excitement. First loves, just their names. You don't even have to tell us the story if you don't want to. Just their names. If you want to tell us how they dumped you, you're more than welcome to. And come on, I'm surprised that no one's admitted this. We've all looked up exes on Facebook and MySpace and things like that, haven't we? That's what the internet was invented for. That, cats wearing adults' clothes, and pornography. That's what they were invented for. Those things alone. 03453 009956. Celebrities that are past their prime. Here's somebody that's past their prime. Blue. The pop group Blue. They're playing the BBC VE Day concert. Boy, oh boy, what a great lineup that is. Blue were rubbish first time around. And I've met all of Blue, and they're delightful young men, but... well, delightful old men now, but... 03453 009956. Damien says on the text 81333, start your text WM. Celebrity past his sell-by date is Terry Wogan. Now, I'm not convinced by that. I think Terry's still pretty sharp, isn't he? I think he's still pretty spot on. Now, here's a story that researchers have discovered. We didn't need researchers to discover this. We've all known this for years. Men compete to outdo each other when a pretty woman asks for a charitable donation. Men donate more to charity when a pretty girl asks. Well, duh. You don't have to tell me. We knew that, didn't we, researchers? Researchers trawled through 2,561 fundraising pages analysing how large donations affected subsequent gifts. They found a single large contribution would increase... boring. What they're saying is, we found a remark... Dr. Nicola Rehani said, "We've cured cancer, so we started looking into this. And we found a remarkably strong response with men competing to advertise generosity to attractive women." We know that. That's why. Not so much now. It's kind of worn off a bit. The chugging for... You don't see chuggers that much anymore, do you? Always swerve them. Actually, you get them in Birmingham a bit. Always swerve them. But generally, not so much now, but pretty much, you would have hot girls that would go for the guys, and you'd have hot guys that would go and approach the women. It's the same with Jehovah's Witnesses, and I've noticed this about the last 3 or 4 years. And I love it when the Jehovah's Witnesses come to my door. I don't invite them in, but if I've got nothing else on, I'll have a good old chat with them. Oh, I like a good chat with the Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't understand why people get so angry about Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on the door. I love it. I have a really good chat. I don't agree with what they're saying, and they don't agree with what I'm saying. We have a good chat, we shake hands, that's it. But the last 3 or 4 years, Jehovah's Witnesses have got hot, beautiful women and really attractive men. Have you noticed this? Honestly. You have a look. Mark, have you noticed this?
Well, I was just going to say, at train stations, they seem to have books and magazines standing by them now.
Hang on, they have books and magazines standing by whom?
Yeah, that's the Watchtower, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Hang on, who's standing... What? Books and magazines standing where?
By train stations. They don't knock on doors anymore. They're by train stations.
Oh, they do hang out by train stations. Yeah, no, they do. It's interesting, isn't it? Because they do knock on doors a little bit. There are some religious groups that can be very loud. I don't like loud people in high streets. And you get some groups of all kinds of religions and wonderful things with either megaphones... Or when they've got the worst thing is when they've got a really cheap microphone plugged into a really rubbish guitar amp,
and they've got one of those tables, DIY tables.
Yeah. They've got the wallpaper table out, and they're shouting into this microphone that's plugged into a guitar amp. Oh, it sounds awful. You can't understand what they're saying.
You see, Ian, this is why I'm a big fan of Mormons.
Well, are Mormons quite quiet?
Oh, they're well decent. They'll come up to you and ask you about Jesus, but that's about it. Then they'll leave it there.
Well, this is another reason why I like the Jehovah's Witnesses, is because they're very quiet, and if they knock on the door and you say, "Do you know what? I'm not. No, thanks." Oh, okay. Can we leave some literature? No. All right then. Thank you. And that's it. I don't understand why they get a bad rap. It's no hassle to open the door at 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning, is it?
Not at all.
I tell you the worst thing I had at my door, right?
Go on.
10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night, a fella knocked on my door trying to sell me dish rags.
That's a liberty.
At 10 o'clock at night?
That's an absolute liberty,
I got really... I said, I'm not being funny, mate. Are you having a laugh? He said, no, I'm just trying to... I got 2 kids, they're asleep. Jog on,
Did you
fella.
get some?
I did, actually. I needed some, so actually it was very, very handy. But people knocking on doors, selling stuff, is the old-fashioned internet. Now, Mark, what have you got for us?
Well, I've got a couple of things, starting with Gary Barlow.
Past his sell-by date.
Well, if you want someone to write a musical, you don't get someone who designs ferries to make a Jaguar. You get someone who knows musicals.
Hang on a second. If you want someone to write a musical, you don't get someone who designs ferries.
Well, if you are going to make a Jaguar,
Yes.
do you get someone who has made ferries? It's still a mode of transport.
I would go. I wouldn't get someone to make a Jaguar. I'd go and buy one.
I just think Gary Barlow is a pop star, and that's what he is.
Is it in this metaphor? Is he the Jaguar or the musical?
He's a P&O ferry.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. We got there in the end. Yeah, okay. But what are you saying? You rate him as a pop star?
Well, I'm saying he should stick to what he does best. You know, you've got people who write musicals for a living. Gary Barlow doesn't write musicals.
Well, no.
for a living.
Yeah, I don't necessarily. We can change. We can adapt,
true.
can't we? Mike Love, who was one of the Beach Boys and wrote lyrics to Good Vibrations, California Girls, Fun, Fun, Fun. He worked as a petrol pump attendant before he started writing songs. Does that mean he can't write songs because he only knows how to pump gas?
Well, I guess it depends on what you want. I mean, you've got stuff like Sunny Afternoon,
Yeah.
which is the Kinks musical, which is a jukebox.
Wonderful. Yeah.
But if you want something original, why don't you go to someone who is originally in musicals?
You got me there, Mark.
There you go.
Anything else?
Oh, yes, my first love. She was called Rosie. And weirdly enough, we started chatting because of a incarnation of you in a previous life.
Sorry?
Yeah, well, we used to listen to you a long time ago and,
Yeah.
you know, Hey Little Hen and all that.
All that
and,
stuff, yeah.
And then when we, you know, I still have a little pang for that. And every time I hear the song, you know, it's a little bit special.
I
and
would
it
like
touches me.
to. I would like to play the song for you now, but I'm afraid that the closest thing I've got to Hey Little.
Well, I can sing it for you if you want.
Oh, baby, ladies and gentlemen, let's clip this. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome singing Hey Little Hen? It's Mark.
Oh, come on and sing with me, come on and sing with me. Hey, little hen, when will you lay me an egg for my tea? Hey, little hen, when will you lay me an egg for my tea? Good night, Ian.
Rob's on the line. Good afternoon, Rob.
Good afternoon, Ian.
I've got no.
Do you have a minibus of nutters that follow you around?
Yes, I do, and they sit out in the car park,
Okay.
and the phone
I
is
just
passed.
wondered that.
The phone is passed along, and each one, and you are next in the queue. Marcus handed you the phone, Rob. It's good to speak to you. What have you got for us?
Ian, things past their sell-by-date things in people.
Yeah, go on.
Sell-by-date for you.
Yeah.
X Factor.
Oh, mate. Well, you well done. Yeah, totally. Go on. Tell us why. You don't need to tell us why, but go on.
Mate, I don't even bother watching telly from like, August onwards to Christmas on a Saturday night because if I want to watch people murder songs, I'll go to the local pub for karaoke.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Shocking.
X Factor and Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, a long time ago
Need to go.
they lost. They were exciting for a while, but they've lost their novelty.
They have, mate.
I'm going to
one for you, mate. No one for you.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Oh, whoa, hey, whoa. Hang on a second. What?
Hold on, mate.
Rob?
Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
The only time they dig him out, he could sing Hey Jude at the end of a concert, and then he had to do that off an auto cue.
Oh, what a funny laugh I've got. I do think he gets dragged out to these Jubilee Olympic opening, Olympic closing. He gets dragged out to these big national concerts too much.
I mean, him and Annie Lennox. Lennox as well. There's no one as well.
No, oh man, really, Rob?
I'm sorry, unless it's a charity raising money, she don't come out.
Do you want me to put them both on the... I feel bad putting them on the list, but I can sort of see your point.
You've got to go on the list. And also, men, ugly men with attractive women.
Yeah.
2 for you to finish off. First one is Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah.
And Peter Crouch and that lady that won the dancing. Peter Crouch is an ugly man. He's an ugly man.
His famous quote was someone asked him what would he be if he wasn't a footballer. His reply was, a virgin. So, I know, Rob. They're on the list. Thank you, Rob.
Remember the days at the old schoolyard? We used to laugh a lot. Oh, don't you remember the days at the old schoolyard? When we had imaginings and we had all kinds of things and we laughed
I do. Oh, and I remember you.
You were my sweet love.
My first sweet love.
My love, love.
My love, lovey dove.
No matter what place.
Wherever the place.
I still see your face.
Your smiling face.
In charge.
Inside my dreams.
Like king and queen.
God save our dreams.
The time may fade.
Though time may fade.
It ain't never too late.
To learn about love. Learn about love. Remember the days of the old schoolyard. We used to laugh a lot. Oh, don't you remember the days of the old schoolyard? When we had imaginings and we had all kinds of things and we laughed and needed love. Yes, I do. Oh, when I remember you.
Oh, I love that song. I love that song. Oh, I've got to do one of these. Hang on, excuse me.
Your football in the West Midlands.
This weekend, BBC WM presents 3 live FM commentaries.
Saturday's early kick-off brings you Wolves versus Ipswich.
From 3, it's the Baggies away at Palace.
With Watford against Blues on DAB.
Then on Sunday,
Hear exclusive FM commentary of the FA Cup semi-final.
Villa versus Liverpool, live from Wembley.
With special guest former Villa manager John Gregory.
On BBC WM 95.6.
We've got loads of texts here. Ian, people past their sell-by dates. John, go on. You'll not agree, but Paul McCartney is way past his sell-by date. Irene in Gornal, our last caller said that, and it really upsets me. Ian, have you seen this one, Marky Mark? You should do the new caller thing more often. Oh, we might do. Do you know what? It's worked a lot better. I thought we would struggle today, and there's been little flashes where it's been quiet, but generally it's been spot on, and I hope you've enjoyed the new callers. I think it's been a lot of fun. Leave Danny Kelly alone. He the best. George in Brum. Let me read this text. There are no capital letters here. This is a Danny Kelly fan, right? I'm going to read it as it's written. There's no capital letters. I think it sums Danny Kelly up. Leave Danny Kelly alone. He the best, George in Brum. If you think Terry Wogan is okay, you're past your sell-by date. No, I think Terry's kind of still with it. Oh, Lee and Hall Green. Past their sell-by date, Madonna. I don't know what that means. The last Jehovah's Witness I had that knocked on the door looked like Sean Pertwee. I don't know. No, Sean Pertwee's a good-looking fella, isn't he? I think he's a good-looking fella. I'm not. Don't really remember what Sean Pertwee looks like. Hey, have you seen all the jellyfish that are coming? We're about to be invaded. I nearly made a joke about politics then. I'm not allowed to until May the 9th. May the 8th? No, May the 9th. May the 9th, Sarah. I can't talk about politics until May the 9th, so I can't talk about the UKIP kid. Well, I could, but I can't be bothered. Sarah, we're going to be invaded by jellyfish. I don't know what you're cackling for, Sarah. If you get a jellyfish, they can eat you. No, that's piranhas.
I don't know why you've just turned into an Irish voice.
Sorry? No, we've not. No, that's not
That was
Irish.
brave of me.
I think it's you. Have you got a new phone or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you've got an app on there that turns sexy guys into Irish guys. Irish guys can be sexy. I'm not slur against the Irish. You know, some very sexy Irish guys.
Lord, let me be free.
Sorry, from what? This phone call or your this life, your marriage,
Life, yes.
Oh no, Sarah, no. You sound young and full of something. What have you called in for, Sarah?
I think that you are brilliant. I wish you to stop recording on me and to
talking back to me.
Who's recording?
I think you're brilliant because you do not judge anyone.
Well,
Same as Danny Kelly.
I'll be the judge
I
of
love
that.
you both.
Who? You love who both?
I love you and Danny.
Oh, Dan. Oh, no. Now, Sarah, come on. We were doing so well. And you do sound like a typical Danny Kelly fan. But really, I mean, for goodness sakes, you should see the state of the studio when he's finished presenting in here, Sarah.
So what?
It's disgusting.
It's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside.
Oh, cheeky. Sarah, what's the name of your first love?
No, I'm not being cheeky at all.
Oh, Sarah. What the name of your first love, please?
No, that's my first what?
Flipping it. Baby, it's not happened yet. The name of your first love.
I cannot remember.
What?
I tried to write it down since you started. Honestly to God.
How can you not remember, Sarah?
I can't remember his name.
What? I mean, I'm not talking about the first person.
He lives in the village.
He lives in the...
Oh, God, right, there you go. His name's Mark.
Mark, you remembered that. I don't necessarily mean the first person you slept with. No, I'm not asking that. I don't want to know that. I want to know the name of the
first person I slept with. His name was Wilf, and he was a dual heritage person that lived up Cannock. And we lived on top of a butcher's together. But he lived there before me.
I didn't... OK, that's great. Again, as I was saying, I don't need to know the name of the first person you slept with.
Oh,
But
sorry,
now I do. Now I do, and I know his address, and I know his ethnic background, and I know that he liked sausages as
Dual
well.
heritage.
Yeah, dual heritage. Is that what we say these days? Now, Sarah. So Mark.
Apparently, because my son's
Okay.
dual heritage also.
Excellent. It's a fantastic term. I've not heard it before, and I'm certainly going to adopt it now. What? So oh blimey, the name of your first love was Mark.
Yes.
We think.
I know.
We know now. How old were you when you fell in love with him, Sarah?
My mum said I was about 15 or 16. And I was going to be engaged to him.
Say that again, Sarah, because it sounded like you were eating an apple there. What
My
happened?
mum said that I was 15 or 16
15.
and I was going to be engaged to him.
And what happened? Did you dump him or did he dump you?
I can't remember that so far. I've been trying to remember all
But
that.
Sarah, you don't sound that old.
Mighty Mark.
Was that his nickname?
No, that's what I'm saying to you.
Can I ask you, Sarah?
Bless you, gentlemen.
Sarah, can I ask you a question? Okay, now it's not a trick question. It's a very simple question. There's a very simple answer. Just want to test a theory I've got. Okay, can I test a theory on you?
Okay.
This is a theory that I've got in my head. I'm testing it now. What's my name, Sarah?
Marky Mark.
Yet my theory was proved correct. Thank you, Sarah. Excellent call. 03453 00. Marky Mark. Flippin' heck.
Your everlasting summer, you can see it fading fast. So you grab a piece of something that you think is gonna last. Well, you wouldn't even know a diamond if you held it in your hand. The things you think are precious, I can't understand. Are you reeling in the years? Stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? Are you reeling in the years? Stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? You've been telling me you're a genius since you were 17. In all the time I've known you, I still don't know what you mean. The weekend at the college didn't turn out like you planned. The things that pass for knowledge I can't understand. Are you reeling in the years? Stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? Are you reeling in the years? Stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine?
out of time. The trip we made to Hollywood is etched upon my mind. After all the things we've done and seen, you find another man. The things you think are useless, I can't understand. Are you reeling in the years, stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the keys? Have you had enough of mine? Are you reeling in the years, stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the keys? Have you had enough of mine?
I've got a text here. Ian, I can't call because I'm one of those you've banned. Well, I'm sorry. I can't read out your text either. Tough says, Ian, people past their sell-by date. Ranjit et al. Great show today with the newbies. Thank you. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. We will do it again at some point. We won't do it too often, but we will do it again at some point. Keith says, I looked up my ex-girlfriend on Facebook from about 36 years ago. And shame on you, dear listener. Shame on you for not more of you admitting that that's what you do. Of course that's what... We've all done it. We've all had a row with the missus or split up with someone or been a bit tipsy and sat at the computer and thought, I wonder what she looks like now. Can I have a look? She broke my heart 35 years ago. I bet I'll have a little look at her now. I wonder if she'd still be interested. There's enough people often think, that girl I split up with 35 years ago, I wonder if she'll still be interested in me. The answer? No. No. Keith says, I looked up my girlfriend on Facebook from about 36 years ago. She was a 20-year-old petite, pretty girl. They often are. The picture on Facebook was a family picture. The picture showed her overweight mum. I replied, I can see your mum. Where are you? She replied, my mum's passed away. That's me in the picture. Ouch. People pass their sell-by date, and I know this is blasphemy to say this here, but Ian has texted this in, so I have to read it. UB40. The sell-by date so far... We might carry this on tomorrow. Danny Kelly, Take That. Bruce Forsyth. The Old Hacks on Loose Women. Philip Schofield, X Factor, Britain's Got Talent. I put Strictly Come Dancing on there as well because it was fun for a couple of series, then it got dull. Then it was fun for a bit when Winkleman took over, and now it's got dull again. Now it's got very formulaic and it's got very dull, and it doesn't really work, does it? And listen to this final text on First Loves. We've been celebrating the magic of the first love, the wonder that names... Oh, I've lost the list of names. Names like Dawn, Natalie, John, Kelly, Margaret, Susan, Rosie can conjure up. Keith has sent this in. My first love was 35 years ago. Her name was Josephine Beattie. What a name. We were together for 3 years and got engaged. Jo went to do nursing training in Birmingham. She finished with me, so I guess she found a rich doctor. I worked for her father, a farmer. Oh, here we go, and this is the thing. Carry this with you. If you learn nothing else from today's show, carry this line from Keith. 35 years ago, he split up with Josephine. I still think about her every day. Dearie me. Back tomorrow at 10. Oh, no, I was being all cool then. Oh, I muffed it up, Marky Mark. It's being all smooth then. Anyway.
Never mind.
I'll do it again. Never mind. We're going to be late now. I still think about her every day.
Back tomorrow at 10.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the travel. Here's Phil.
Traffic is slow moving on the southbound M6 from junction 10A for the M54 through to junction 8 for the M5. Heading towards those roadworks. Northbound, it's slow towards junction 11 at Cannock, also because of restrictions. Aston Expressway out of Birmingham, also slow moving from Dartmouth Circus towards Park Circus, and it's a bit congested through Moseley on Ulster Road, heading towards roadworks in place at Salisbury Road. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel on 0330 123 3550.
On FM.
Freeview, digital radio,
and online.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
A very good afternoon. 4 o'clock on BBC WM. I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let's get the news before we do anything else with Gareth Ford-Lloyd.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Detectives in Wolverhampton have named a man they want to speak to in connection with a murder. They're investigating the death of Herman Louis Simpson, who was found stabbed to death in a flat on Compton Road on Monday night. Police have given us a picture of the man they want to find. He's 19-year-old Dylan Jackson of no fixed address, and you can see the picture in the local live section of our website, bbc.co.uk/Birmingham. Herman's brother, Jason, spoke to BBC WM earlier.
A very caring man, a very supportive man. He was funny, he was intelligent. You know, you don't expect this sort of thing to be sort of anywhere near your family, so I think from that side of things it's been a bit of a shock. It's going to take some time for everyone to come to terms with what's happened.
A 13-year-old boy is due to be sentenced for the murder of a woman who suffered a bleed on the brain after being mugged in Smethwick. Glynis Bensley was on her way home from the pub in September last year when she was attacked by the youngster who hit her to the ground and then stamped on her face. The boy, who can't be named for legal reasons, was found guilty of killing Glynis after a trial at Wolverhampton Crown Court in March. Unemployment in the UK has fallen to its lowest rate since 2008. The latest figures from the Office of National Statistics show that the number of people out of work dropped by 76,000 in the 3 months to February. Here in the West Midlands, the number has dropped by 1,000 to 172,000. The Conservatives and Liberal Democrats have received praise from the head of the International Monetary Fund today, but Labour's Shadow Work and Pension Secretary Rachel Reeves says more needs to be done.
Labour would ban the exploitative use of zero-hour contracts. We would increase the national minimum wage to at least £8 an hour, and we would introduce make work pay contracts to ensure that more people are paid